Welcome to Tweet of the Week. I am joined today by a delightful young lady from Tuscarora High School. This senior, Jasmine Osborne, is the winner of our 2021 Startup Frederick competition because she is a budding entrepreneur who impressed the judges with a very creative app that she developed. Welcome, Jasmine.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We are delighted to have you here. And so first, could you just explain to our audience what Startup Frederick is? What did you have to do as part of this competition?
So luckily, I had the help with my former business teacher at my school, but I had to develop a business idea and get all the logistics down, and I had to create a 5-minute video pitch, like going in depth about my business and the industry and my market and stuff. And then I had to attend the competition, which was virtual, and I had to give a 1-minute pitch to the judges, and they got to ask me some questions that I had to answer.
And so if people have seen the show Shark Tank, it's a little bit like that,
Yeah.
right? Where we have members of the Frederick business community who serve as the judges, and you are pitching an idea.
Yeah.
And in this case, as a young entrepreneur, your product that you pitched was called what, Jasmine?
It was called Muser.
And you want to tell us a little bit about what Muser will do for people?
Yeah, Muser is an app and a website for musicians and artists and businesses to actually connect with one another, and they can promote themselves, they can promote their music, they can just, it's all about connection and finding the right resources you need. And businesses can find musicians to host at their venues and concerts, and musicians can find other musicians in their area.
And when did you come up with this idea?
I came up with it in the fall, which is when I took my business class. And it was just part of the project that I had to do.
And what led you to think about the music industry?
I've been a musician my whole life. I've been part of the local Frederick Let There Be Rock School. So I've experienced firsthand what it's like to be a musician or an artist trying to get yourself out there, record your music, promote it, and find the right connections to get venues and gigs and stuff. And I've also witnessed it from the people I've worked with. So I knew that there was a need for better connection to connect musicians with the industry.
And so as you developed Muser, are you on it? Do you use it? Is it live or is it still just a concept?
It's still just a concept, but I've developed a look for it and a brand for it and stuff.
All right. And so again, if you have to do this as a business plan, you had to think about revenue and all of those things. So I'm assuming advertisements would be the way that you would help to support it.
Yeah.
Okay. And given that you already have some connections locally, that's where you could start. And then is the intention that Muser becomes a national connection or more of an East Coast connection, or you're just going to wait and see?
If I were to launch it, I'd just wait and see, but ideally I would try to make it national. I think I'd be planning on partnering with a lot of local music organizations in Frederick first, just to get it off the ground, get some funding, and get the exposure, because I think that would be helpful for my business and the music organizations in Frederick. I know music has a lot, Frederick has a lot, so I would do that just to get exposure and funding, and hopefully if it does well, it would become national.
Well, you know, Jasmine, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking of the word creativity. And as a musician, obviously you have to be very creative, but you also have to be very creative as an entrepreneur. And in the midst of all of that creativity, though, there are some logistics, some nuts and bolts, whether it's playing an instrument or singing, certain things you have to do a certain way. And then as a business person and entrepreneur, you have to also understand it. So I'm just sitting here thinking that every single part of your brain is firing on full capacity to be able to blend this creative outlet with a new idea and then understand all of the pieces of what it would mean to run a business. And I'm just curious, what led you as a musician to take up business class as an elective?
I don't know, I've always been interested in business, and I felt that understanding business and management and entrepreneurship would always be like an important skill to have, even if I weren't gonna start a business in my future. I think there's a lot of skills and concepts that I'd learn from taking a business class that I could apply in my life, in my future career, and if I even wanted to develop a business, if I hadn't already came up with this.
Well, that is awesome. And so, as a senior, what's next for you?
I'm gonna be attending a 4-year college this fall. I'm gonna go to Shenandoah University, and I'm gonna double major in psychology and music production.
Fantastic. And so we will be wishing you all the best at Shenandoah University, but we're also going to be keeping our eyes out for Muser and when it comes on the scene. So congratulations on winning Startup Frederick, and congratulations on, again, just being here today and sharing all of the pieces of how you've taken what you've learned and applied it so beautifully. I think that the entire Career Education Department is going to want to use this segment to recruit students into the business classes, because you just said it beautifully, Jasmine, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
So here we have a talented musician becoming an entrepreneur with her app Muser and taking first place in our startup competition. So congratulations to Jasmine. Thank you for being here. Check out Twitter, because you never know what visions of the future you are going to see in the amazing things our students do. Thank you for joining us on Tweet of the Week. We hope to see you next time.